Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Dave.
We're glad you're here.
Thanks for checking out Kotaku Bonsai.
Hey there, my bonsai friends. So this is late spring. It's April 26th. Summer is right around the corner. We went through a bit of a cold patch, actually. You could see your breath this morning when I came outside. But anyway, spring is moving along nicely, and I've got the Japanese maple cuttings I want to give you an update on and show you where we're at and show you some good news. So I think you're going to like this. Come on up on the deck with me. I'm going to show you what we got. So if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't seen my prior videos, I'm a huge fan of hardwood cuttings, and specifically Japanese maples. I love those trees for bonsai. I love those trees in general. And I've got a way to make hardwood cuttings root really successfully. So this is an update here in late spring of cuttings here in these bins that I took late November of last year. So if you haven't seen that video, I would encourage you to go back, check it out to see what got us to this stage here. In a nutshell though, I took a 7 or 8 foot Japanese maple and I trunk chopped it down at about 7 or 8 inches. And I used the entire upper section to create my cuttings of about 7 or 8 inches a piece, which I then stuck down in the media here. Those then were covered, and these were left outside. They were under the deck here, but they were outside all winter in the freezing, in the cold, in the elements. And then as spring comes around, things come back to life. The cuttings wake up, they start to bud out. We give them progressively more sunlight. You know, we don't give them harsh sun right away, but give them progressively more sunlight. I don't really water the cuttings. I've only watered these cuttings specifically maybe 3 times this whole year. They get the rain, we leave them out in the rain. So when it rains, they're watered, obviously. If we go, you know, 3, 4, 5 days where it's hotter, we haven't had rain, that's when I'll water them. So I've only had to do that 2, maybe 3 times in total. One of those times I did add a little bit of copper fungicide to use as in the media, and hopefully also as a systemic anti-fungicide. I don't particularly know if that improves the success rate or not, but it seems to work for me, so I do that. But otherwise, these are incredibly low maintenance. So you put in a couple hours in the fall to stick them in the tubs, and then you forget about them. And then as spring comes around, you open the lids, get them out in the sun, they bud, and you'll have success. So I'll show you what I got. So I know I've got the late afternoon sun here, but if we go down in there, you can see there's lots of successful cuttings. Over here, those are Kwanzan cherry tree cuttings, and they basically all failed. We'll cover that in another video. But here in this one, it's a great success rate. Even like here, twice the size of my finger is budding out. And in the third one, Shimpaku junipers, you see a lot of brown there, and certainly some of them did not strike. But I'm not afraid of the brown if it still has green on it, because that means it's still alive. And this is late spring, so I don't really expect much more die-off than this. I think what we're seeing here is what made it and what's going to make it. And if I had to count each cutting in there, I think it's about 150. Just showing you from another angle where the sun's coming in. And so it's minimal input for a very high success rate, and you can do this too. So there you have it, just a really quick and simple little update about these hardwood cuttings. I got my source material, which was a Japanese maple, and I took cuttings from it, I got lots and lots of cuttings from that tree. Dip it in rooting hormone, stick it in the media, close it up and forget about it all winter long. And here comes springtime, you'll get to see the results. It's very simple. It's typically very successful. This year, these have been living up here on my deck because last year they were down below and the bunnies and the squirrels got into them and they decimated the cuttings. So this year, actually, my success rate is going to be that much higher because they've been protected, no wildlife damage. So that's something to consider too. Keep them in a protected place where they can get sun and grow without being chewed up by the critters. But this is something you can do at home. I've got many more projects with these trees coming up later this year. It'll be probably August until I pull them out and repot them, you know, into their own pots. And I have more thoughts and data that I'm going to be building on these projects in the future. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you try this technique and let me know what you think. Let me know how it works for you. Hit me up in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.